Get ready to get in the game. Stretch, strengthen, live, and thrive. You can be a winning athlete in the game of life. It's the Peel Appeal with author and corrective exercise specialist Matt Peel.
Hey, this is Matt Peel with the Peel Appeal podcast. How are you doing today? What's happening out there in your world? I hope it's going fabulous, because it is for me today. We're going to talk with one of my really great friends, former clients, and a guy that I think has really changed his life around with the topic today. And what we're going to discuss, because as you know, we only talk about science. We talk about the facts, not just what's trendy on social media or some hashtag or what you see someone doing in a post that you're not quite sure what it actually does, but the truth, because the truth sets you free in your workouts, and that's how you improve. So if you think back to maybe when you started working out, because if you're listening to this, you're probably in your at least late 30s, in the early 40s, or maybe older. So your knowledge of working out is based on likely what you did in high school, or maybe the early 20s. At that point in time, I'll date myself and say from when you read a magazine and and saw stuff like that. There was no internet and social media 20 years ago. So that's where your knowledge comes from, or maybe your high school football coach. But where are you now? What's happening in your life now? Especially since the pandemic, chances are you're sitting a lot more. You're older, your body's changed. And so those things that you did then might not necessarily be working for you as well, but you don't have the knowledge, right? So today we're going to talk about why working out where you are right now is super important for you. And with that, we're going to bring in my good buddy, Neal Hightower, who's the managing partner and owner of Sanford Rose Associates, an executive search firm here in our town in Mandeville, Louisiana, where we live. And welcome in, Neal. How are you today?
Hey, Matt. Good afternoon. I'm doing great. I'm glad to be here, and thanks for having me on today.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Man, it's been, you trained with me for a while. A couple years ago when I was at Franco's.
Yep.
And a little reluctantly when you got started, right? So tell us about how that came to be, that you started with me.
Yeah. So prior to getting involved with you, Matt, I had really been into powerlifting, and my son was a powerlifter in high school, and so I'd gotten into that.
How old?
Really
let's let the audience know real quick. I'm sorry to interrupt, but
yeah,
how
sure.
old were you then, right? Now, and how old are you now?
So I was 47 then, and I am 52 now.
Okay.
So
wow.
5 years ago, and yeah, and it become really something that I enjoyed. And he was really teaching me a lot. I had been in the gym. Prior to that, I'd really been a runner and exercised in the gym occasionally, but I was no expert, believe me. But I enjoyed it. I enjoyed exercise, but I certainly started going to the gym more often with him. It was a great chance for us to spend time together, and I learned a lot. And I really had reached some real great goals. Right before COVID, I reached a goal of being able to squat 500 pounds. I was deadlifting a lot. These goals were great, but at that age, right, I was always fearful of injuries, right, and it always made me nervous. And my son graduated high school. He went off to college, and that Christmas, my wife Kelly gave me a gift certificate to work out with you. And I thought, why do I need this? What is she thinking, right? Why do I need a personal trainer? Right. I'm good. I can handle my own in the gym. And come to find out, I really needed this, and I needed your help, Matt, to really change what I was doing for right reason. Not that I, again, wasn't disciplined, but what I learned from you was a whole new approach, and it's really changed my life. It's changed how I feel. It's changed the way that I approach my workouts. And in essence, it's really improved my life in a lot of different levels, on the business side, on the spiritual side, and just in general. And so, just to let the audience know, I shifted from the heavy weights to a more, I would say, simple but sophisticated approach in the terms of incorporating a lot of things I just never knew or thought about, from stretching properly to working my core during the workout, incorporating a lot of balance and coordination exercises. In fact, I was just in a gym this week doing some kettle bell swings that you had taught me for my back, and just those little things helped me to lose 20 pounds. Right. It helped me to feel better. I look better. I get comments a lot, just that I look healthier. And at the end of the day, I transitioned from looking to just put on a lot of muscle to being more agile and being able to function in life. And what I really want to share with people is that what you did for me to help me get to that level was a godsend, because I ended up getting involved in a diving board accident last summer and tearing my Achilles tendon. It was horrible, and it set me back. But I'll tell you this: the physical therapist told me, had I not been in the shape that I was in, my recovery would have been probably double what it was. I just got cleared to run last week.
Okay, great.
Yeah, and just everything that you taught me really helped and allowed me to be able to get back on my feet sooner. The balance, all those factors were critical in this. So, we never know what's coming in life, right? And
right.
Being in shape really helped me, and I'm so grateful that I had done what I had done with you for the year that we worked together, because it allowed me to recover.
Yes, it did. And it's not to say that you're not still lifting heavy, but it's appropriate heavy, as I like to say, for, again, where you are now. Your bench press actually went up when we were working on that.
Yeah.
That was not something you really focused on. You were deadlifting and squatting and working chest a little bit, but not really, right?
That's right.
So we added more volume, and ladies, if y'all are listening, I know y'all listen to this too. This isn't just male centric. This is for everyone, and how I work with my female clients that are, over 40, is in being appropriate with your weight, right, Neal? So it's doing things that are heavy enough for you that is still going to get you where you want to go with strength training, right?
That's exactly right. And you bring up a great point, Matt. One of the things that I realized was that I was not balanced in my approach. And one of the other areas outside of my chest that you helped me develop was the shoulder side. And
yes. Oh, yeah.
Well, and thank goodness, because I really could have injured myself if I had not started to balance out the equation, if you will, of the workouts. And like you just brought up, I'm still doing substantial weight, but I've incorporated so many additional exercises that you help train me on, that allow me to get better definition, that have helped me, like I said, balance my workouts, where I feel like I'm actually getting more out of them in the amount of time that I was spending before, if that makes sense.
Yeah, we really maximized your time. A lot of people out there, and I'm sure that if you're listening, you come in and you do. We'll just use chest example, bench press, because whether you're male or female, you're doing some type of chest exercise. So you do one set, and then you sit around and you wait, right? And then you did another set, and you sit around and you wait. Now, an hour's gone by and you've done, I don't know, 3 or 4 exercises, maybe 3 sets of something. So that's around 9 sets, right? But there was a lot out there that you could maximize and do. And kind of talk to Neal. What do we do? What are some things that changed for you? And again, I work with this with females too. What are some things that changed for you as we did things like supersetting?
Yeah, the supersetting really challenged me. And what you bring up, Matt, is such an important factor in terms of time and getting the most out of the workout. And yeah, I was sitting around, right? I would squat, whatever, 465 pounds and take 5 minutes to recover before I did something else. And what you taught me is, hey, we got to keep moving, within reason, right? Catch your breath, but get ready. And you were alternating things. It was totally radical for me in terms of the way that I approached a workout. But you taught me, that we're going to take things like, for example, one of the things with chest, right, that I loved, and you're going to probably come up with the right name for this, but where we were using dumbbells, right, and I was doing push-ups and rows, with the back row.
Renegade row.
Yep. And those are the types of exercises that you taught me that you look at it from the outside and you're thinking, well, that's not much weight. That looks easy. Well, start incorporating that into everything else you're doing, and you'll expire pretty quickly. But I felt better. My strength in my chest is there, and it's getting it just a much more dynamic workout than the traditional, hey, we're going to go ahead and bench 225 on a straight bench today. Yes, I still do that, but I'm incorporating so many other exercises that have really actually brought more definition and strength to areas that I just, again, hadn't focused on before.
Right. So talk a little bit about how stretching, and you're the star of my online program, Stretch at Your Desk. So we'll talk about that at the end as we wrap it up. But what does stretching do, and especially some of your pain areas and your alignment areas? What has stretching done for that?
Yeah, so I never was really stretching like I should. And when I started working with you, Matt, one of the things that I've incorporated is about 5 to 7 minutes worth of stretching before I actually start working out. And I've really, really focused on some areas that have given me issues, primarily in the hip area.
Yes.
Which I'm sitting at a chair all day, or in a chair all day, and
right.
at a desk, and you really don't think about the impact. Or if you're out there driving a lot, your hips are just dramatically impacted. And so I've really focused on stretching the hips in a lot of the ways that you taught me, and then my back as well, just from that hunching over that happens to all of us, that are just sitting all day, and so really focusing on those areas prior to working out has been game changing, and not only from a safety standpoint that we all think about, but mentally, it just gets the blood flowing, and I transition out of what I've been doing all day at work, or with anything else going on in life, and I'm getting mentally ready for the workout, and then post workout, right? Instead of just walking out of the gym, I'm taking probably about 3 minutes to especially focus on those body parts that I worked out that day that need to just, again, relax a little bit, and the stretching after the workout also mentally helps me personally transition into the next phase of my day, whatever that may be, whether it's winding down for the night or going back to work or going to work. It's just it's a wonderful transition.
Yes, absolutely. And I remember one of your alignment issue. We don't realize how we're sitting throughout the day, or how we're leaning, or other movement patterns is. But Neal had a block that he would put his left, was your left foot on?
Left foot on, yep.
His left foot on while you were standing at your desk, right? You got a standing desk.
And even Yeah, even under my desk when I was sitting, I was putting it up on this block
Uh-huh.
the whole day.
Uh-huh. The whole day. So what that did was shift his whole left side, lower body, out, which then creates compensations within his movement patterns um, that he has to deal with squatting, lunging, any lower body movement, because now the body and the nervous system thinks that's normal. So we had to work on getting him lined up again properly so that then he could actually kind of retrain back in your squats and your deadlifts and do with better form, be able to incorporate your glutes, um, get your calves straightened out and ready to go. So that at the end, your actual workouts will be more productive and less potential for injury. So it's those little things that maybe people don't realize how they're leaning. And when you multiply that times, hours, days, weeks, months, years, that's how we get, out of alignment.
Yeah, it's a great point, Matt. And I got rid of that box that was putting, or the block that I had my foot on, and it made a big change. But we do need to think about outside of our workouts. What are we doing? How are we sitting? How are we driving? What's our posture like? We really don't realize the impact that it may be having on a lot of other aspects of our lives.
Mm-hmm. Yep. True that, man. True that. Well, Neal, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go, Matt.
Okay. I appreciate you spending a little bit of time with me here. So as we wrap up, though, why don't you give everybody, because you never know who's out there maybe searching for a job or a new career. So give a little bit about what Sanford Rose Associates does and how you can help people.
Yeah, so I spent most of my career in the medical device industry, and so my business partner and I have a firm where we focus on helping people find job opportunities in the medical device arena. And so, yeah, if you have interest in that area or looking to do something new, please feel free to reach out to me. And again, I want to thank Matt for his insight, his guidance, and encouragement. He's a wealth of information, and I would advise anybody out there, you have to invest in yourself, and if you do that right, it'll pay great dividends. And I certainly learned that. And so, Matt, thank you again for everything you've done for me. It's been game changing.
You're welcome. You're welcome, Neal. So give everybody real quick, what's your work email and your website?
Yeah, my work email is N Hightower, and that's N as in Neal and then HIGHTOWER @sanfordrose.com. And if you email me, I can share all the information on our links to our website and everything. But that's the best way to get in touch with me.
Right, and that is it's Neal's NEAL. So some people spell NEI, but it's NEAL for those of you out there. I want to get in touch with Neal, and please do. If you're in the search for that, please get in touch with Neal. He's a great guy and a real pro in that area. So as we're talking, how can you help yourself? Well, you can go to mattpeel.com today. Click on my picture right there, right on the top. It says, I'm tired of being in pain. Click on that, and it takes you right to how to get started with strengthening at your desk and stretch at your desk. And Neal is a star of Stretch at Your Desk. So he is the one actually in the videos as you learn the exercises. So I encourage you to go there today. Again, it's mattpeel.com. Click on, hey, I'm tired of being in pain, right there on the front page, the home page, and then stretch at your desk and watch Neal guide you on how to be more flexible and enjoy work a little bit more because you have more energy and are more productive. So I hope that helps you today, because this is really about helping you out there with all this great information and learning from others, not just me. So until next time, this is Matt Peel with the Peel Appeal Podcast. Have a great one.
Are you ready to get in the game? Get personal help. Sign up for our newsletter and pick up your copy of Athlete in the Game of Life, the book, all at mattpeel.com. Thanks for listening.